The Grand Rapids Griffins became the first team to clinch a playoff spot this weekend in the AHL, and they still have 19 games left to play. Amadeus Lombardi and Brandsegg-Nygard are both on hot streaks for the team as they continue to rack up the wins and prepare for the playoffs. For the Red Wings, it's going to be a fight to the finish, and the trade rumors continue to swirl heading up to Friday's trade deadline. This is your 7-Minute Wings. Welcome back to the Red Wings Report with Strings and Pucks. This is Jeremy Laura. Please click the like. If you haven't yet, please click subscribe and share this out. Head over to hockeyhotstove.com where I write the Red Wings column. You can see my latest write-up as well as news and information on the other teams in the league. The Red Wings had a tough loss to the Carolina Hurricanes. One of the pluses of the condensed season is that they don't have to wait too long to redeem themselves. Detroit will face off against Nashville, and they're going to be pushing hard to get back into the win column. That last loss saw them drop out of the Atlantic top 3 and back into a wildcard slot. It's just going to be that tight through the end of the season. I wanted to follow up on the Tyler Myers situation. A few of you made me aware of a family situation that was the impetus for Myers getting a no-movement clause when he signed for a discount with Vancouver. He may well decide to stay in Vancouver for family reasons, and it's nothing to do with a preferred destination. For what it's worth, Detroit apparently offered a second-round pick for Myers, and that's the current high water mark. Vancouver was very happy with that offer, but again, Myers specifically chose Vancouver on his last deal because they offered him a no-movement clause. And I respect that he's going to do what's best for him and his family. It has nothing to do with the slight on Detroit or necessarily a preference of another market apparently, and I thank you guys for stepping in and helping me be aware of that situation. One of the reasons I reported on that rumor was the release that Detroit was a preferred destination. Obviously, that headline was retracted because it was just a misinterpretation of an interview. I should have learned this after the K'Andre Miller rumors last summer. There is such a rush for people to get news out first that they're not double-checking their sources. And again, I ended up getting burned on that rumor because when I first put it down, it sounded like everything was in place. But again, I'm stepping back from the rumors just because yesterday I was sent rumors that there were 4 teams and 6 or more players that Yzerman had aggressive deals on. And those numbers are just getting crazy at this point. Yzerman operates underneath the radar. I have no doubt that he's been working hard on these deals all year long, and we've talked about that. We've heard different blips here and there, especially with Pettersson and Hughes. The trade deadline is Friday, and we'll know by then if Detroit pulls anything off or if some of the stuff they're waiting for is going to end up being done in the summer like they did for John Gibson last year. Moving on to the Griffins. They were able to get some revenge as Iowa had beat them the game before. Well, this time they came out flying. They scored 4 goals in the first period. And in that game, both Brandsegg-Nygard and Amadeus Lombardi had 2 goals apiece. Sebastian Cossa grabbed an assist to add to his impressive year. That puts Brandsegg-Nygard at 7 goals in his past 6 games. He's now got 15 goals and 34 points in 48 games this season. With 19 games left, it looks like he could break 20 goals in his rookie year, especially on his current hot streak. MBN has been adjusting to the longer season, and you can see that the final stretch has energized him again. He'd gone 17 games without scoring a goal, but one thing he's learned to do is to be present in the game when the scoring dries up. He's become a much more physical player. That was something they'd specifically asked of him. And now he's combining that aspect with his quick release again. Similar to the first goals he scored in the playoffs for Grand Rapids last year, there are times when he needs no time or space to get off his shot. He doesn't clean off the puck. He just finds some quiet ice and rips it when the puck comes his way. And on one of those goals yesterday, he carried the puck into the zone, got off a quick shot, scoring on the rush. You can see the confidence growing, and I have to think that Detroit is happy with what he's accomplishing while he's down in Grand Rapids. Lombardi was the game's first star with his 2 goals, and he's got 10 points in his past 5 games. He's back to a point per game production with 33 points in 33 games played. Lombardi also collected his 100th AHL point in that game. I've been chatting a little bit in the comments. Lombardi has some attributes that remind me of Thomas Tatar and Gustav Nyquist when they were coming up. He's fearless, similar to Tatar, who I used to call the pit bull, and he can hold on to the puck. We'd seen those sequences of Nyquist when he would hold on to the puck and circle the net, trying to find an opening. Lombardi's able to do something like that. He's able to open up the ice, open up passing lanes and shooting lanes just by skating with the puck and changing the angles. It's just a lot of fun to watch, and I'm glad to see him heating up again. It's honestly a shame that Lombardi was injured again this year. Almost identical to last season, he had a strong start and then got derailed and placed on IR. You remember, he wasn't scoring goals at first, but he was at over a point per game production. But if he can stay healthy, he'll have a legitimate shot at an NHL spot next season. Carter Major and Shai Boyum are in the same boat. But again, injury problems completely derailed the opportunities. Grand Rapids could have an amazing postseason at this point. We're going to start seeing players come over as their season ends. Grand Rapids could see the return of Carter Major, but they could also see players like Jesse Kiskinen, Anton Johansson, and Carter Baird join the team for the final stretch. Grand Rapids will spend the last 19 games working on securing home ice for the entire playoff run. This is a team now that I have to think they expect themselves to be in the Calder Cup finals this year. It'd be fantastic to see this group lift a Calder Cup. It's been a great season for Grand Rapids as a whole. This was your 7-Minute Wings.